Chris Waddle.
Oh, you're kidding me.
September.
Kyle Lafferty.
Are you joking me?
Is that right?
I know it's not right.
Anybody else?
Leash, was it?
Like, that is one of the most stupid questions.
Darius Vassell?
Seriously, you all need to just stay quiet. This is getting really annoying doing this quiz.
What is going on here?
Welcome along to the shoutiest segment on a multitude of platforms. It's a scintillating, stupefying, splendido, crappy quiz. One day we might change that intro. It's Mick McCarthy here, standing in for Johnny Ward, standing in for Ger Gilroy. We've been passing around the quiz baton over the last few weeks. Johnny, I would call it a shambolic quiz performance, quiz presenting performance. Standing in for Adrian Barry, standing in for Ger Gilroy.
He was a critical success, Mick.
That's what I was about to say. I've never ever seen such reaction to a quizmaster. I think he nailed what the crappy quiz is all
He's
about,
the
actually.
Mrs. Brown's boys of the crappy quiz. No, he's the opposite of the crap. Is he the opposite?
I don't know.
I can't
It depends
even
what
get
you're
my
trying to
analogies
say,
right.
I suppose.
You know the way.
But nobody can understand quite why.
Yeah, that's it.
No,
that's it. The critics all slate him, but the people love him.
I don't know. I think it was because he found the nub of just what we are here. An absolute and utter farce, but kind of in a jovial sort of way.
Having been able to enjoy it and not being part of it, I found the appeal of Johnny was that he just kept going.
Yeah.
Except for in the rapid fire.
Well, he also made a total absolute hames of the thing, obviously, and the back and forth with yourself and himself, Mick, about like whether Johnny Caban was from Ireland, and then he wasn't, and he wasn't, and then he was again. It was
yeah. The main part was me explaining something to him taking it in, and not telling the audience or the contestants. But I'll have him back for
Johnny's very upset he's not presenting it every week now. Very, very late last Saturday night, he was telling me his love of presenting the crappy quiz, and maybe he's found his.
That could be arranged. Get a call to Ger Gilroy. Sure, he's never here on Fridays anyway.
Where were you very late last Saturday night?
The Writers' Awards.
I didn't. I thought. In my mind, I pictured Johnny sort of sat in the corner in the pub with the phone out,
texting,
unable to resist himself, and texting you.
Please.
Slightly earlier on Saturday, he revealed he got texts from mates of his who he hadn't spoken to since I think around school about him hosting the crappy quiz.
There you go.
So
there you go. You've heard from them all, but anyway, indulge me by allowing me to introduce today's contestants. Our first contestant, he presented the show, as I just mentioned, the last time he was on, and was all happy to play the big man, calling questions easy, and was quite fond of the patronising, you should really get this one, lads, when the answers were written in front of him. Unfortunately, as we got closer to last week's quiz, he sensed his chickens coming home to roost and cried off in a bout of cowardness with just seconds remaining before the start of the quiz. Unfortunately for him, his crappy quiz contract has an ironclad clause, and he can avoid the inevitable avalanche no more. Please give it up for the foundation of the crappy quiz nation, Adrian. Who's your daddy, Barry?
I need to find a way to break that contract.
Ironclad.
Get the shackles off. The shackles are off.
I now understand why we're 20 minutes late. Mick was writing the longest intro.
Up against Adrian today, a man who we think must be up to something. Our cheating antennas were set off this week when this quizmaster was told on Monday, not prime crappy quiz real estate in the mind of any OTBer, that he was available and insistent in taking part in this week's quiz. I'm sure the fact that my computer had serious security issue this week wasn't a coincidence, but lucky for the ever-important sanctity of this quiz, I don't write this thing till about 3 a.m. the night before. So please give it up for the cheater, Nathan Black Socks Murphy.
New year, new me.
As in, you're going to try and cheat twice as hard.
I think that needs to be put in the past.
Oh, this means it rankles.
No worries, Black Socks. Finally, we've got the champ. Bad run reform was rescued last week by the bottler Shane Hannon, thinking that it was 2011 and declaring Dirk Kuyt, Liverpool's top scorer, and Anthony Daly as the manager of Dublin.
I actually thought maybe Shane had a stroke. I had woken up in 2012 or something like that.
Anthony Daly as Dublin hurling manager and Dirk Kuyt as Liverpool's top scorer was quite startling, I have to say. But like a striker who ends a goal drought with a deflection off his arse, this man will take what he's given and has told all that will listen that he actually needs better competition than this riff-raff in studio with him today. Please welcome Will Larry Burr O'Callaghan.
I don't know about you, Nathan, but I am offended by that.
I've won the last at least 2, if not 3 quizzes I was on, and Will was on several of them.
See, the good thing about Nathan is whenever he's on, right, he just makes this stuff up. He just goes, I've won the last 3 quizzes I was at, and nobody's in a position to say
check it.
otherwise.
Except from
You are 100% right there, because the amount of times I've taken him at his word for it, and it's turned out to be absolute nonsense.
Except from Kilo Wallahan, who's done our online quiz league table that only counts Will's victories.
HappyQuizChamps.com if you want to say unaffiliated with Off the Ball, but not necessarily unaffiliated with Will O'Callaghan. We should get to it. As ever, the format is the classic crappy quiz with a series of questions on a range of themes. Then it's on to the slip and slide of trivia in the finally fair rapid fire round. As always, you can podcast the crappy quiz on the Off the Ball app, and if you're listening on radio, then why not watch this farce unfold in glorious Technicolor by subscribing to our channel on YouTube. Please send any questions you have via postcard to Crappy Quiz Quizmaster, Off the Ball Towers, Marconi House, Diggs Lane, Dublin 2. And thanks as always to Keane Johnson for his much needed help.
Just on a point of information then, Nathan Murphy's last time to win the quiz when I wasn't involved.
That wasn't what he said.
How do you filter for when you weren't?
Right, but also,
Well, he can do what he wants. He's in the back end of this website.
you're just about to prove my point, and now for next week I'll be ready because I'll go back. This guy doesn't count half the quizzes. Some weeks he puts it up, some weeks he doesn't.
Yeah.
Well, in fairness, you can't.
Just if he's busy looking after the weekend. Or
Just on a quick
Presenting
scan
that
there,
show in
Mick.
Midlands on a Sunday.
if it's in the middle of the championship show.
But
it
again,
doesn't
Will, I'm telling you,
4
this
of my
is...
recent wins have come with Nathan in the quiz.
Yeah, but that's not what I said.
you
So,
go, no?
here, you
Many
keep
minutes
talking,
are we
Mick,
in,
and I'll figure
Arthur?
this.
happen. You chat amongst yourselves there, lads. We'll just get on with the quiz. How
Too
about
many
that?
minutes.
Winner,
he says
winner.
There,
Yes,
yeah.
there we
I
go.
don't know, we've often gone 15, 16 minutes before we started the questions, so I think we're doing okay.
Sorry. Here. Whoa. Back
Nobody
up.
cares.
So, yes, I have won the last 2 here. It has SKG down as winning the quiz before that.
Well, he
Sure,
definitely
you're
did
looking
not
at that
win.
right, because he didn't even get a question.
Winner.
He was last.
Stephen Kisby Green.
He was
so
a winner in spirit.
Now do you see where I'm coming from?
Well, now I doubt it and you.
Yeah.
The whole thing is a
By
nonsense.
the way, I won the last quiz I was on. It was about a year ago, but
Yeah, well, exactly.
When's your return happening, by the way?
whenever somebody learns how to write this bloody thing. I'm looking at Arthur through the window here. Come on, Arthur. Okay, let's get to
Arthur's questions will be more philosophical than actually having a correct answer.
round 1. The
More
boring
feeling.
questions.
Right.
More-
I think I could flourish at that kind of a quiz. That had no specific
more
answer.
feeling than a...
This interrupting is worse than normal. The boring questions round. Hey, see, Nathan isn't usually here. We can just
That's
mute
right.
him usually, yeah. The boring questions round, never multiple choice. Now, continuing the theme of no reason themes in this round, this week's questions all relate to sporting threesomes. Trios, let's say. That'd be easier.
Nice job with
I think that's a better choice of words.
Adrian.
Not gonna lie, yeah.
George Best, Rodney Marsh, and Bobby Moore
Really?
formed an unlikely high-profile trio for what Division 2 team in the 1970s?
I'd say Rodney and George might have been a definite part of Bobby. I don't know enough about.
Hold on. It's 10 o'clock in the 10:30 in the morning. This is going out at 1 o'clock online and at 7 o'clock on the radio. So say no more.
I'm just saying that they were very friendly.
They enjoyed some champagne.
What League 2? Sorry,
No,
what was
Division 2, old Division 2.
So the championship.
No, yeah, but except it was called Division 2.
That part I'm
This is
okay with.
filibustering at a new level, by the way.
It's such a shite question.
What is shite about it?
They
doesn't
made
know
some
the answer.
charity.
I
game.
don't know the
They
answer.
Well, that is
They
absolutely
didn't play a
true.
charity thing. They played a season. This was a real.
I actually
fun.
reckon
they used to be on Match of the Day, even though it was Division 2. High profile cameo in football history.
Bobby
World
Moore,
Cup
George
winner. He
Best.
was only 35. George Best was still in his 20s.
Who's the other one?
Rodney Marsh. I'm giving him way too much information
when
here.
Marsh-
He's after luring me into
Come on, just
justifying the
answer the
question with
question.
information.
I would say
I mean,
Marsh and Best mentioned this every week on Soccer Saturday for about 10 years as well.
Forget those were great days, weren't they? Marsh and Best and
Frank
It's
McLean.
got to be some sort of a party town.
The fourth main guy. Definitely a guy, let's face it.
Oh, look, I don't know. I'm going to go, it's some sort of a party town in the 70s that, I'm going to go with Brighton. I hear a buzzer in the background.
Yeah, you were actually not too far off there. Where would be a party town in England?
Blackpool,
Maybe West London?
Chelsea, Fulham.
Fulham.
Do you know what? I shit you not. Fulham was the answer I had in my head, but I thought that can't be right because obviously Fulham were
came
a
into your
former.
head.
No, well, also, but they were a former amazing team. You go to a Fulham game, you get 80, 90-year-olds and then 20-year-olds. they were once a good team.
I don't know if that's true.
It seemed like two obvious.
I also don't understand what you're.
Well, when was Fulham amazing?
I've been to.
Who was the other person?
Well, they were an
there back
amazing
then?
team in
No.
the 70s.
Johnny Haynes kind of.
Obviously not in the
When they had
70s.
Rodney Marsh and George.
We'll
Best.
get that in the YouTube commenters because me and Nathan are now transfixed as to who the fourth main A team was when it was Marsh, McClintock, and George Best on with Jeff on Soccer Saturday. Liam, look that up and let me know before the end of the show. Okay, question one for Nathan.
Who's Rodney Marsh?
What's Soccer Saturday?
Oh, Soccer Saturday panel, is that what you're looking
Nathan.
for? Charlie Nicholas.
No, it was
Bit early for that,
before Champagne Charlie. Name the RT studio panel for Ireland's 1-0 win over Italy at Giant Stadium.
Piss off.
It's on all the highlights, which you've definitely watched.
I know I have, but that doesn't mean I like. That's a ridiculous question.
Why?
I think I
Every
have it,
question
yeah.
is the ridiculous question.
Um,
I want to be on a quiz. I don't want to answer any questions.
Dunphy Giles.
No.
Can I come in for a bonus
Yeah.
point? Kevin Moran.
No. Kevin Moore was playing.
Playing. Kinnear, the third one, Kinnear Giles.
Yeah.
And
That's good. Joe Kinnear picked a 1-0 win
They
through
did.
total domination
Kinnear
in midfield.
Giles.
The other one probably more famous for other punditry appearances, not actually being the real person.
Rod Little.
Frank Stapleton.
All right, yeah.
John Giles, Frank Stapleton, Joe Kinnear.
That is a
All the
ridiculous
highlights
question.
package of that.
Well,
I
it was
thought
it was doing the rounds during the week online.
you would have seen it the same as I would
I
have.
would have, yeah, but like I didn't.
And I would have also thought exactly.
I thought you shared a similar kind of like obsession for old Irish football moments.
I
as
do love
did.
that, but I just.
But then it
don't-
was a great question. You just didn't know the answer.
Correct.
Okay, Will. Known as the Big Three, or quite terribly, the Heatles, who were the three superstars who teamed up to win 2 NBA titles for the Miami Heat in 2012 and 2013?
Bosh, Wade, and LeBron.
Yeah, I'll give it to you, even though you went with one first name and 2 surnames, but given it
The way they were
LeBron,
known.
I'll give it to you. Yeah, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. 1 point for Will.
That is
for
impressive. I have to say,
Adrian.
you're as impressive. Even though you look like disgruntled, there's a big disgruntled head in you. That's impressive.
Maybe. Okay. Well done, Will.
Come on, Will.
You're
Well
off the
done.
mark.
I was just thinking on Dunphy.
Riff Raff haven't lived up to.
When's Arthur starting to write the quiz?
Dunphy not been there on the panel. I presume Dunphy was going around America, wasn't he?
Yeah, Dunphy wasn't on
The
the
naughty
USA
step with
94.
RT as
Yeah,
well, I think.
he was. I think he was sacked, was he, for a little while, and then brought back a couple of years later. Okay, the stuff what happened in a certain year round. Farce around the past, but it's worked well for the last 2 weeks without Adrian, so we've decided to give it another go, safe in the knowledge that he's set to ruin it again. I'm going to give you each a different year with 3 sporting events. I need you to give me the winners of each event. We're no longer going winners and runners up, it's just the winners. Point for each correct answer. Starting with you, Adrian. Your year is all the way back in 1997.
Does it pass on?
Nope.
No.
I want.
I might
you
pass
can
on
have
in
a
the
go
middle
for
of it, but
fun
outside of
if he
that-
gets them all wrong, which he will. I want the winners of the Champions League, the Leinster Football Championship, and the World Snooker Championship. 1997.
Was this snooker? Was that our pal? No. Yeah. No, I couldn't. He said he was in with Cantona. When did he retire? When did he leave United? When did anybody know when Cantona left United?
Is our pal Cliff
Couldn't have
Thorburn,
been down. It must.
John Virgo.
John Virgo, famously
So
never
many
won
pals
one.
when it comes to snooker.
Willie Thorne never won one.
Champions
Don't know too
League,
many names from here.
1997. I'm going to go with Juventus.
No, beaten in the final by
Borussia
Bayern.
Dortmund.
Paul Lambert's Borussia Dortmund. Well done, Nathan.
The Leinster Football
Great
Championship.
jersey.
Beautiful. And also, the 90s was a great time for kind of like a luminous yellow and black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a combo.
97 was peak. You could get away with it.
Yeah.
Leinster Football Championship. I'll
Point for
go
right answer, yeah.
With Meath.
No.
Fuck it.
Beat in the final as well, I believe, weren't they? By
Awfully.
Offaly.
Lost to
Ufalia.
Nathan's team in the semi-final.
Ufalia.
Roy Malone.
Really well for Mayo after
Roy
that.
Malone and Vinnie Claflin
Superstar.
scored the goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, Malone's goal was a cracker.
I'm fairly sure this answer is not right, but I'm going to go with it anyway. Nah, it's definitely right. Ken Doherty.
Hey!
Well done.
We've all known that was right since you started waffling 20 minutes ago, including those who didn't have
Last year
the
was
answers
25
in
years.
front of them.
Yeah, no, he was on. I was listening to him on during the week. He was talking. He had a great story there about Cantona. Anyway.
Yeah.
I had a feeling
We did.
you
Well
were
worth
going
listening
to
back to.
Borussia Dortmund when you mentioned Cantona as well. I was like, maybe he knows
The
both.
logical thinking there, Will, but
Adrian's off the mark with a point from that as we
Well
get
done,
to
Adrian.
Nathan. Yeah,
Thanks for
Ken
your
Doherty's You Had to Be There from OTB AM is available on YouTube and your podcast platform of your choice. You should listen back to that. It was brilliant, especially if you're a Man United fan, I would say. Nathan, your year is the year 2000.
See, that's very difficult because, like,
he was in his party.
I was
stage.
like, I'm in first year in college. A lot of stuff happened there. That's
A few chapters missing.
I want to, you swear I have to, hold on, I'm sorry. Would you like a year? Name the perfect year for you
anytime
then.
after, like, you know, when I'm in secondary school or after I have kids, I can sort of remember all of that quite
I'll
well.
remember that for next week. The year 2000, the winners of the Formula One World Championship, the FA Cup, and the men's Olympic 100 metres.
Ooh. So 2000 Sydney men's. Maurice Green.
Well done. Good one. That wasn't easy.
Met Maurice Green at the London Olympics. It was the one guy I used to love, Maurice Green, back in the day. Maurice still okay?
I don't know. But I don't know. I actually don't know. He might be, he might not be. I haven't looked it up. Although I
what-
did have to look up that answer, which is well. So I did know it, as my litmus test is
Right.
knowing the answer, but this is one of the few
When
that
you
I
say you
actually
met him,
checked.
you stalked him, and
FA Cup in 2000 is the one United didn't play in, isn't it? So it wasn't United. 2001 was Liverpool.
oh, here's the guff now.
99 was
Other stuff
nice.
that's nothing to do with the actual answer, of course.
So,
Get yourself around into that.
Chelsea.
Yes,
Gianluca Vialli's the manager.
he was. And Roberto Di Matteo scored in his second FA Cup final, beating David James, Calamity James, and Aston Villa. World
You
Championship.
should always think Villa.
Formula
There's always a Villa angle somewhere.
No.
Formula One World Champion in 2000. It's a bit late. Is it for... Is it... Oh, we have Mika Hakkinen. I'm going to go Mika Hakkinen.
No,
Jacques Villeneuve.
no.
Schumacher.
Michael Schumacher's first to 5 in a row.
I would have thought that was like the most obvious answer.
I thought it might be, yeah, but he,
I was
he lost.
thinking away from Schumacher.
David Hill won in 96, then Schumacher was second to Villeneuve in 97, 98 and 99 to Hakkinen, and then finally got over the line for Ferrari in 2000 and then dominated the sport for half a decade. Will, your year is 2012. I want the winners of the Euros, the Women's Olympic 100 metres, and the Leinster Hurling Championship. Just
What was the
15
year?
years
What
after
was the
your
year?
one. 2012.
Sorry, it was the women's. What was the women's one?
100 metres.
100 metres.
In the Olympics, yeah.
The Euros was Spain.
It was. Now that I think about it, that was incredibly easy. Do you know what?
Incredibly
It was
easy.
actually a holding one that I meant to go back and change.
They're all relevant.
I'd take a few holding ones there, make if you've any coming my way. That's
Yeah.
Shane and Anthony Daly is making me wonder about the sequence of the hurling. So I'll think about it in a second. Women's 100 metres is. Was she banned? As Marion Jones?
No. Anyone?
Flojo.
Oh, Joe. This is, Usain Bolt, obviously, in London.
She's still been running up until recently. American.
No.
No?
American. Jamaican. Shelley Ann Fraser-Price.
Dina Asher-Smith. Is she
No.
Jamaican
I don't
sprinter
know.
as well?
2012. I'm going to
Put me on the spot here with information that isn't written down in front of me, Nathan. It's unfair.
Dublin for the Leinster hurling.
No.
Galway.
The Galway, yeah.
Was Dublin, was
It was Galway.
I would've gone
It was
Galway,
the year
yeah.
Galway won, and then
the final.
yeah, they won, lost, and drew to Kilkenny in the same championship year.
We all got points there anyway in that round, is the way to
Yeah,
look at
so
it.
the scores are Nathan on 2, Adrian on 1, and Will on 2. So it's all to play for as we go to
1-2.
the Pass the Parcel of Doom round, which I'm not going to explain because you all know the way to do it.
I think all the commenters are missing the Wikipedia round, by the way.
The Wikipedia round is just, it's
Listen,
remedial.
YouTube commentators don't run this show.
Are they commentators
I
or
like the
commentators?
year round. It puts us like it gives loads of extra questions. But maybe the Wikipedia round might make an appearance next week when it's a lot easier to write. I'll tell you that much. A lot
In
quicker.
fact, if I don't even write it, you just make a random player.
Copy and paste their Wikipedia. There we go. Okay, Adrian, then Nathan, then Will for the first question here. I want European footballers with 125 plus international caps.
Wow.
So there's a lot of answers here. I don't expect us to get to all of them, but let's see who's knocked out last.
Jesus Christ.
Who survives, I suppose, is probably a better way of putting that. Adrian's first. Loads of easy answers as well. Robbie Keane, yes. Well up that list, by the way. He is 10th of the most European caps, and or the most of Europeans with the most international caps.
Me. Ronaldo.
Yes, top of the list with nearly 200. 196, I think. William?
I'm going to go for Iker Casillas.
Yes, 4th on the list.
John Terry.
No.
No.
Already.
John Terry.
Yeah, but like...
Honestly, I would say 60 answers here. I don't think John Terry
think he
even
made
has
100.
100.
I also have a long list here, and he
Wasn't
just came to me at the last
Wasn't
second.
he like blacklisted for the whole like second half of his career? A long list. Oh yeah, the classic
look.
Adrian Barry.
Look.
I have more.
And then I just came to that.
Pepe.
Pepe is correct. Yes, well done. He is. We wrote down his name. Yeah, he's about halfway.
I'll go for Xavi.
Yes, right beside Pepe. I think they might have the same amount of caps.
Thomas Muller.
I don't think so.
Well, you don't think so, or you don't know so?
Well, I'm looking at the list. I'm trying to
Really?
remember having written it last night. It's a long list, but I don't think Thomas Muller is on it. Arthur, can you do it?
Thomas Muller.
For that.
Arthur, like...
What am I doing?
Leave me alone.
I'm hitting the buttons here.
Thomas Muller, come on.
Thomas Muller is wrong.
What?
There you go.
How many has he?
That's a bit like I felt about John Terry. I was like,
21.
Oh,
same as
my
myself,
God.
just
That's an
myself.
easy point for you.
Thomas
Who
Muller.
did you say? Xavi and Iker Casillas.
There you go,
didn't even
two
make
of the
it
top
through
5, I think.
Is Hugo Lloris there?
Yes, he is.
Oh, damn it, that's what I had.
Hugo Lloris is one cap behind Robbie Keane as he retires.
Did Beckham get to 125 in the end?
Who were the English? Beckham, Bobby Moore.
Bobby Moore's the only. Or no. Peter
Shilton
Shilton's
is
the
there.
only English player.
I had Shilton. I had Shilton written on my list. Should have stuck with it.
I'll run through some of them. I'm going to
Selection.
There's an insane amount of Estonians in this. They have a lot of
we never
players
would've
with
got
over
them.
125
Can't
caps.
believe
We didn't get Sergio Ramos, Gianluigi Buffon, Luka Modric. Again, this is just a picking through some of them. Lothar Matthäus, João Moutinho, Hugo Lloris, Jan Vertonghen, Sergio Busquets, Thomas Ravelli, Anders Svensson, Lilian Thuram, Stephen Davis, Northern Ireland, Robert Lewandowski, Miroslav Klose, Jari Litmanen, and Fabio Cannavaro, Shea Given,
I had Given written down here. Shilton Given.
You
Also,
had 2 you sat on, didn't
Wesley
you?
Schneider,
well, you see, Terry
What a
came to me and I
colour.
thought, well, he must be in there.
No, Terry, no
Sergio
chance.
Cerna, Isaacson,
Say Terry's
Seb
like 80,
Larsson,
does he?
Lucas Podolski, Edwin van der Sar, Alex Witzel, Alderweireld, Luis Figo, Dzeko, Hazard,
Belgians in
Aldini,
there.
Zubi Zareta,
Zubi's already.
Peter Shilton, David Silva, Peter
78
Cech, Georgie
caps.
Hadji, Thierry Henry, and Ivan Perisic. 2 players on this list from the current Spurs team, which probably explains why they're in such free fall. Lads. Right, Nathan, Will, Adrian. Otherwise, it wouldn't explain it. It was like they have incredible pedigree players.
These are the greatest international players of all time. That explains it all, doesn't it, really? Why are they signing such rubbish?
All Ireland hurling winning managers since 1990.
Oh. It's me, is it?
It is you first, then Will, then Adrian.
John Kiley.
John Coyley is correct.
Brian Cody.
Brian Cody is correct. Do you know, I don't think I wrote down Brian Cody's name. Oh, I did.
He does feature, anyway.
He's way high up the list, you see, because he won his first one like 100 years ago.
Micheál Donoghue.
Yes, correct.
The
The last manager to win for the first time since John Coyley.
Liam Sheedy.
Liam Sheedy is correct.
Michael Bond.
When are we doing this since, by the way?
1990,
Okay.
including 1990. Michael Bond is right. Well, yeah. Which means we're back to Adrian.
Davy Fitzgerald.
Yes. Nathan.
Liam Griffin.
Liam Griffin is right. I'm giving you a pen next week instead of that noisy marker.
Well, someone gives me a pen. I'm
Adds to
also
the
covered in
ambience.
it now.
Gerald Nan.
Ah, fuck yeah.
Jesus
It's the strongest reaction.
You've been working in radio for 50 years, man and boy.
That was frustrating, Mick. I've vented my frustration there.
Timestamp there, please, folks, so I can beep that out of the radio version.
It's back to me. JBM.
Yeah. Damn you. Well done. Now, the only problem is, it's definitely coming back around to you.
It is. Well, if anybody is to outdo Will here, we should be proud of ourselves.
Eamon Cregan?
Yes, Offaly 1994. Matchy still regrets to this day, according to a book I read about Limerick hurling recently.
Oh, shite. Oh, is that right?
Regrets might be the wrong word, is it? Is a bit uneasy about, I suppose, yeah. Finds haunting, I would say. That's because he beat Limerick, in case anybody's just wondering why he's upset that he won the All-Ireland. Right, we have 7 left.
7 left.
Yeah. We have them. I'm not going to say the years. Sorry. Who's next? Will.
Me, I think, yeah.
Come on, Will.
Denny Allen was Cork for one of them, wasn't he?
No.
No.
Whoa!
Again, Will.
Whoa!
Because who's Denny Allen?
Why is my mind gone blank?
Denny Allen's a Gaelic footballer.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Allen.
John Allen.
No! I was honestly, genuinely, 100%. You can't do that.
I'll give it
I promise.
No.
No, I haven't written down. Once you said Denny Allen, right?
No.
Obviously led me to think
I believe him. He would have interviewed
genuinely.
I'm just making
I was going to say John Allen.
Loads of people he doesn't remember.
Yeah, but he literally.
I also have more names written down here, but I'm going for John Allen.
Show us your sheet.
I hadn't John Allen written down
mistake,
because
it isn't titled.
because
Sorry,
you
that is a
Will,
lot of
you
nonsense.
get out
I
of
said
this
John
conversation.
Allen as well. I was
You're
going to
right.
go for him.
Well,
No, you weren't.
Oh,
It was my goal.
It's my mistake, and Adrian profits from it.
Fair.
I admit that, and I take my mistake.
Fair quiz,
but
Matt. Fair quizzer.
until he tells me the next question is stupid. Come on, there's loads more of obvious ones. I don't know if any more of them are obvious, but you should get one or two more. You'd have to be reaching for them a little bit. But you definitely know at least 4 more, I would say. Of the 6.
Ryan.
No, you're not getting that.
Well, if you didn't say it so bloody obviously, if you just Ryan a tip or something, I'd give it to you.
After
The
Monday
fact
week.
that you clearly don't know his first name is a problem, considering Ryan is
Michael Ryan.
94. Well done. Well done.
Absolute chancer.
No.
Absolute.
Because my problem was, in my head, all I was getting was Eamon Ryan. I was like, it's obviously not Eamon Ryan.
94% of all Tipperary people are called Ryan, so that would have been a real struggle. The other 6% being Maher. Right, back to you, Adrian.
You have
Let's see how many more you have written down.
Loads more in your
I have
list.
2 written down, but I'm fairly sure one of them, I don't think it bled into the 90s.
Yeah, I probably know who you're talking about there, but it might have, it might not have, I don't know.
And then the other one I'm just not sure about at all.
There's no poker face here.
I'll go with Cyril.
You'll go wrong, because that's Cyril won in 87.
Did Nicky English
80,
win one?
87 and 88, and Nicky English did win one in 2001.
Look, fuck it.
Will you stop cursing, or you'll be banned
Also,
6 points?
well done. I have a load of names written down here.
No, you don't. You didn't even know Ryan. You definitely don't have more names written down.
Yes, I do.
on,
I was
who
also
do it,
maybe going to go with the McCarthy.
I went between.
Been wrong there.
I went between. I
Kenny
had
and
Nicky.
Gerald both failed to win an All Ireland with Cork. Who was
yeah.
the tip? Because in my head was Eamon O'Shea, and I know Eamon O'Shea didn't win it.
1990.
Who was the tip manager the year Eamon O'Shea was involved? Was that Michael Ryan?
Ryan, yeah.
Yeah, Michael Ryan in 2016, and obviously he was involved with Sheedy as well.
That's deflated me now, big time. I
Ones
had
we
Nicky
didn't
written
get,
down.
1990 with Cork was Father Michael O'Brien. We had Babs Keating in 91. We had Ollie Walsh in Kilkenny 92 and 93. Then Nicky in 2001 and Donald O'Grady in 2004.
Donald O'Grady,
The one
yeah.
you probably should have got.
Sheep in a heap. We should have got
That's
that one.
Good point for Adrian.
Yeah, fair play.
You find it
Good
was a
job.
point
Good
for
job. Not.
Oh, yeah, lots of cursing. Well done, Nathan. You deserved it considering he got a free one.
Two
So
big
it's
surprises
3-3-1,
there.
is it?
I managed to stay in that round for so long. And Will, wow.
Well, you won't say this one for long, I'll tell you that much. It wasn't written for you, but it's probably your least favourite topic.
Tom Brady.
Question 3, Will, then Adrian, then Nathan. NFL teams, full names only. I've all 32 written down here.
If I hadn't have said the word already, I'd be saying it now.
And this is, I want the place name and the nickname. No messing, no former places they used to be. No, anything like that.
Current NFL teams.
Current 32 teams, their full names.
Okay.
Whatever I'll be given will be from the 80s anyway, so...
Hopefully they're still there.
The New England Patriots.
The New England Patriots is correct, yeah. Right.
Am I next?
Yes.
The Cincinnati Bengals.
Well done, yeah. Bengals.
The Buffalo Bills.
Yep.
Miami Dolphins.
Yep. Keep it in the same division there, easy to find. On the
The
screen.
Dallas Cowboys.
Well done. Good to get the obvious ones out of the way early, Adrian, so you can hold off your...
Green Bay Packers.
Yes, Green Bay Packers.
Seattle Seahawks.
Good job.
Washington Redskins.
No.
So they're not Redskins anymore, is that it?
Yeah.
I did think that. What are they now?
Well, I'll tell you when someone answers. I'm not making that mistake.
Ah,
again.
fair shout, Mick, fair shout.
Hard luck.
I had more.
is this?
I'm actually not
I
too
had
bad.
another one. I had another one on the sheet as well.
Me, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, damn it.
Yeah, that's them not having a terribly racist name and it being 2023 was probably worth a
I
try,
did think
yeah.
I did that did cross
It's a
my
big enough
mind.
story that they
But it's only
considered
recently
it.
they've changed it, isn't it?
They have their new name since this season, but they had a holding name for the past, I think, 3
Okay.
before that. Yeah, their new name is terrible. What was the last thing that was said?
My wrong answer.
Okay, so
I
Nathan,
said the Packers. Green Bay Packers.
Oh yeah, but you've done that already.
Yeah,
So
we haven't had one since.
Nathan next.
No,
we did.
You.
We had Wills go since.
Nathan
He's
went,
still
then I
Seahawks.
went.
Round, I think.
Sure, go.
Seahawks, did he?
Yeah.
Okay. New York Giants.
Yes.
LA Rams.
Yes.
New York Jets.
Yes.
Denver Broncos.
Yeah. Sorry, these are right. I'm just trying to make sure.
San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, that was
That was the one I had.
that was
yeah.
the one he had.
I have another one actually. Now that I think about it.
The
I feel like I've missed one here.
Las Vegas Raiders.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Well done. One of the new changes, and you said the Rams as well, didn't you?
Earlier, yeah.
I have one here for you, Nathan.
The Chicago Bears.
Yeah, Chicago Bears, who have the first pick in the draft for the first time since the 1940s, I think, this year. They've been around a while. Bronco Nagurski never had no bye weeks, as Mo Sislak famously once said. Whose go is it?
How many more are there?
My go now, I think, yeah.
There's another million.
Oh.
This round, I underestimated how long it would take.
I'll go with the Minnesota Vikings.
You will go correctly with the Minnesota Vikings, yes?
Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, well done. Come on, let's speed it up, lads.
Yeah, just checking the ones that are already done.
There's no time for that. It's part of the part of the fun.
I'm going to kick myself with this afterwards. It's just...
Are you at a blank?
Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah. Lads, the next person who curses is getting disqualified from the quiz.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, it has to do the next 10 quizzes.
Washington football team.
No.
They've the Washington
New name.
Commanders.
It's terrible.
The Tampa Bay
I can now
Buccaneers.
say Tampa Bay Buccaneers, correct. Tom Brady's Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You didn't get, madly, the Kansas City Chiefs, the other LA team, the LA Chargers, the Indianapolis Colts, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Houston Texans, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Baltimore Ravens, the Cleveland Browns, the Detroit Lions, Arizona Cardinals, New Orleans Saints, Tampa, as we
So many.
had,
When you have to start thinking about
Carolina
it.
Panthers, and the Philadelphia Eagles. So the score after that, epic. Past the parcel round is Will's on 4, Nathan's on 3, and Adrian remains on 1 as we go to the fun-free magic number round. Contestants get 3 points for getting the number exactly right. No one manages that. The nearest contestant who doesn't go bust gets 2, and the second closest gets 1 point. I think somebody got... one person didn't go bust last week. It was like 25 under the number.
Oh, yeah,
I got 2
yeah, yeah.
points. Arthur, I think
Shane,
it was.
I think Shane got the points.
Yeah.
I was just thinking as well, a way,
It was
to
Shane, yeah.
save the crappy quiz if we're not talking sponsors. Let's just have a swear jar.
What happened to our sponsor?
But they were only on for a period of time. Another.
Oh, the draw. Did we win
The draw. The draw. Obviously.
We win
The
the
draw
draw.
occurred.
The draw's happened. Who
The draw
won?
occurred, and then that was it.
Wasn't any of us.
God damn
I
it.
can only state the number that's written on your paper, and I'm going to ask for your pens once the music ends. So if you don't mind, give us the following number. The number Anthony wears for Manchester United. The number of All-Ireland senior football titles won by Dublin this century, men's. The number of players on a water polo team. And the number of times Ireland have won the Triple Crown. 30 seconds expire when Sinatra sings Bright Shiny Beads. So, Anthony's number at United. Men's football, All-Ireland's won by Dublin this century. Water polo team, many players. And Ireland Triple Crowns.
Bubble, bangle,
Nice easy one for you. lads.
hear how they jing-a-ling-a.
Should all be within one or two here, I would say.
Bright, shiny bead.
Pens down. Will.
36.
Nathan.
40.
31.
31. Nathan is closest. And Will is second. So 2 points for Nathan, 1 for Will. The answer is 48.
Oof.
We're way off.
I reckon
Anthony's
water polo
number for
could be
United?
I had 17.
29?
At 7.
21. I'm surprised you didn't know that. I don't know why, but I just, seeing him 2 days ago. All Ireland's won by Dublin?
7.
8. 6 in a row, 2011
15,
and
16,
2013.
2013. Oh, God damn it. Blank that one out. Don't remember what happened.
I put that the rest of them.
Post-traumatic stress disorder.
2017's fine.
Number of players in the water polo team?
7.
7 is right, yeah.
5.
Did have to look that up despite you, thinking that I'm a water
As a
polo
quizmaster,
expert.
how did water polo come into your mind for that then?
Well, Mick, Mick's school was the Irish water polo champions for many years.
I never saw a game. Never
Did you
saw
not?
a game. No.
Really?
Yeah, when I was in Blackpool Jungle Adrian, we played Marion College. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, Marion College.
Marion
Right.
College, and you do your big spiel at the start.
Oh, he's told the story so
You
many
do this
times.
big spiel. Adrian's never heard it.
No.
So you do your big spiel about your school, how great
So
it is.
interesting as well.
So we did the, we did Ballyhonus
I was
Community
at Blackpool
School.
Jungle.
We did Ballyhonus Community School.
you're at the crappy
All the
quiz.
great things we had achieved in Ballyhonus Community School back in the day. And Mick's school came on and were like, we were the Irish water polo champions 15 times in a row.
Do you know what's funny about that though? In a row, there's nobody.
Really? Really?
Well, to be fair, any Dublin accent when you're from Ballyhonus is like.
Maybe.
But only I was so nervous, I obviously would have piped up. Where like, well, who else is playing in the Irish water polo
I don't
championship?
doubt your. I don't doubt that was the credentials said on the show. It's just that it's strange that I went there for 6 years and didn't know that. We obviously weren't spouted. I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Anyway.
do you think they made it up? Because in fairness, it is
In
bad
hindsight, it does seem a bit
It
weird.
does feel like something I would know if we were all Ireland champions.
Was there a possibility they won 1 year and there was no
I-
competition for
It
it?
doesn't seem like a sport you're
hindsight,
playing in
maybe-
school, does it?
There was a team.
Was there?
Yeah, we had a pool.
you had
like
a
that.
water
No,
polo
no,
team.
That's the only way you were allowed to use it. It was a public
right.
pool.
We had a puddle, a giant one.
Yeah.
But you could play water polo, but
Of course you could.
Wow. What was the big
else
thing
did
about
you
Ballyhonus Community School?
soccer and rugby and.
What did you say? Like, oh, here's our claim to fame.
We're near a halal factory.
Yeah, like we're the gateway to nicer places.
Yeah. On a Tuesday, the smell from the factory doesn't quite reach the school.
Anyway, where were we? The number
was the
of
abattoir
Ireland-
now more than the,
number of
the
Triple
factory.
Crowns. The number of Triple Crowns won by Ireland is 12. So, whatever. 48 was the answer. The rapid fire round, we're in tie-break territory. Nathan's on 5 and Will's on 5. Adrian's on 1, so he's first.
Well, you don't know what happens here. Anything could happen.
No team in particular, ridiculously easy rapid fire round. I'm just saying we don't have to
We
decide
flipped the
who
coin
goes
out, didn't we?
first. You'll each have a rapid fire round, 20 seconds, 1 point for each correct answer. Delaying or getting a wrong answer won't cost you a point. Nathan, despite the fact that you've questioned that 15 times since the rule has changed, it won't cost you a point.
Sure, we've got to
Start
keep
with the
this
player,
going.
the lowest score, and then on to the next lowest and continue. So the tie break is, I have it all worked out. There was coins tossed earlier. If it's Nathan versus Will, Nathan gets to the side. So do you want to go last or second last? Why don't you decide while we ask
I will,
Adrian
yeah,
this
yeah.
Oh,
question?
Jesus Christ.
Adrian, Arthur, we good to go? Yeah. Your 20 seconds start now. Who are the leaders of Serie A?
Atalanta.
Who scored for Crystal Palace on Wednesday?
LOC.
Yeah. What club does Paul Gainey play for? I'll give him that.
Legion.
Dingle. Who did Ireland play in the first round of the Six Nations? Who do Ireland play in?
Wales.
Yeah. What club?
Come on,
Just
you started
about
to see a
started,
finish.
so
Go
I'll
on.
finish. Yeah. What club does Callum O'Dowda play for?
Ah, shite. I think we were out of time.
He swears, albeit a light swear, to get disqualified in the last question.
Cardiff City.
Yes, correct. Yeah. So you got 4 there. I'll just
I
about
got 3
give you
there.
Michael Elise.
Oh, we got 3, even with Michael Elise.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're right. Actually, you didn't get Dingle a lot.
No.
Said Legion.
Huh? Yeah, he got 3. Yeah. So you didn't
You
get
sure about that,
Napoli.
Arthur?
Napoli are the leaders of Serie A. You kind of got Michael Elise. Dingle is who Paul Gainey plays for
Got
Wales,
Michael
and Wales.
You have to give me a bit of credit there for getting that. Come on,
He pulled something
Getting
out
what?
there. That's
Elise.
and Callum
What
O'Dowda
did I
plays
say?
for
It
Cardiff.
literally happened.
I know, but
36
like-
hours ago.
Have you made your decision?
Yeah, I'll go last.
Okay, so Will's up next.
No-brainer.
You're both on 5 points. Adrian's only on 4, so it's a battle for first place here. The loser will get second. Will, your time starts. I don't know what I'm talking about. Your time starts now. What country is Arsenal defender William Saliba from?
France?
Yeah. What county is Jason Malumbi from?
Watford.
Who is the manager of the Louth senior footballers?
Mickey Hart.
Who are top of the WSL?
Chelsea.
Who are Arsenal on the verge of signing from Brighton?
Trossard.
Donnacha Ryan is the coach at what club?
La Rochelle.
From what club did Manchester United buy Ruud van Nistelrooy?
PSV. Not bad.
Out of 7.
They were
Look,
unbelievably
I know
easy.
I'm in the habit of saying this,
Easy
but
round.
Jesus
Most
Christ,
people
they
can't
were
get
easy.
them.
They were easy. They were gimmies to begin with.
Were they?
Where's Saliba from? Ah, come on.
Easy if you know.
Where does Donnacha Ryan coach? Stop the lights. Seriously.
Donnacha Ryan's an assistant coach. At a
Was
French
this
club.
approaching 4 a.m. and you were just like, lash them in now because this is where I need to
Come
get
on.
We're
some
playing Wales like in a
Right,
couple of weeks. That was the
you've
grand
only got
question.
7 questions here, so the best you can do is tie.
We'll share it like the charity shield if we get
Well,
to
we
it.
have a tie break if we get to it. Okay, your time starts now. In what year did Tiger Woods win his first major?
97.
What number does Leo Messi wear for PSG?
10.
No, 30. What club are at the top of the championship?
Burnley.
Is Josh Van der Veer an open or blindside flanker?
Blindside.
Open. Who beat Emma Raducanu in the Australian Open?
Coco Gauff.
Who's the manager of Brighton?
De Zerbi.
Name it. Oh, just about, I would say. Name one of the teams in the McKenna Cup final this weekend.
Derry.
You did well. You got... What did you get?
5.
6. Did you get 5? Yeah, you didn't get the open and blindside flanker. Gimme.
4.
That nobody will get. So Will, it's 2 in a row. 12
What
points.
was the other one you missed?
Wales were unbelievably easy.
Oh, stop. You had a choice as to which
I
one
should
to
have gone
pick.
first, obviously. But
Yeah.
there's a massive asterisk among that.
Update the website.
No.
Oh,
Kind of
it's
there.
already updated.
The only one, by the way, the only thing you got wrong was a yes or no question for what position does the World Player of the Year play in, and you got Leo Messi, the most famous player in the world. What
Yeah.
number does he wear? Having
I know,
famously
I
taken
know.
the number because it was already occupied at the club he was at. I don't know. I think your questions were particularly easy as well. Well done, Will. Hard luck, Nathan.
Good luck with the bleeps.
Nice to see you, Adrian.
Thanks for coming in. Yeah.
This has been the Crappy Quiz. Talk to you next week.
Testing 1 2.